right, here we go. Question number 10 from our Precalculus homework number 13 in MyLab Math. They want us to find the first term and the common difference of the arithmetic sequence. That's a hint. It's arithmetic. Give a recursive formula for the sequence. Find a formula for the nth term. We got a lot of stuff to do. So let's take this information, the fact that the 9th term is 9 and the 19th term is 29. Let's take that to the scratch work and find the answer for the first question. It says, what is the first term of the sequence? Again, one of the major things you need to know is that they do say it's arithmetic, which means that this formula is in play. And we're going to use this given information, the 9th term is 9, the 19th term is 29, to come up with our solutions. So what I'm going to do is start with the 9th term, and I'm going to say a sub 9, right? The 9th term means that n is 9, is the first term, which I don't know, plus n. Now, I know what n is. N is 9 in this term, minus 1 times d. And again, I don't know the common difference. But I do know that the 9th term is 9. And so that's going to say 9 equals a sub 1 plus 9 minus 1 is 8 times d. And so that equation will simplify down to this guy right here. And now we're going to do the exact same thing with the 19th term. So we're going to have a sub 19 equals, again, a sub 1, I don't know, plus n, in this case, is 19, minus 1 times d. And again, if I simplify, I do know the 19th term is 29. That's going to be 29 equals a sub 1 plus 19 minus 1 is 18d. And now what I would like you to notice is that in the boxes, I have a system of linear equations in two variables, and then I can solve the system by any number of methods that I have at my disposal. All right, so notice what I've done here. I've simply recopied my two equations over here on the left, and I have decided that I'm going to use the elimination method. It's going to be super easy to take the first equation and distribute a -1. That will change all the signs, and then I can add up and down, and that will eliminate the a sub 1's. 29 minus 9 is 20. 18 minus 8 is 10d. And then if I divide both sides by 10, I'm going to have the common difference. So now at this point, I know the common difference, and I should be able to calculate the first term of the sequence. And so if you're wondering what is the easiest way to go from here to get the first term of the sequence, well, just continue using the technique we're using, solving a system of linear equations. We would now take this value, I'm going to go back up to this equation, and I'm simply going to replace d with 2. And so that'll give me 9 equals a sub 1 plus 8 times 2 is 16. And then if I minus 16 from both sides, I'm going to have my first term. 9 minus 16 is -7. And that should be the first term of the sequence. Now let's go back to our MyLab math and see if we're right. All right, what is the first term of the sequence? I think it's -7. Yay, we're good. Next, what is the common difference? Well, I already calculated that. The common difference was 2. Bam. And then look what it wants. It says, what is the recursive formula for the sequence? So a sub 1 is, well, we already calculated that. A sub 1, that's just repeated input, -7. But then we need the recursive formula. So let's see if we can go back to the scratch work and figure out how to write this as a recursive formula. So if you recall, if you've watched any of the previous videos to this assignment, I've said that an arithmetic sequence is described as a sequence of numbers that either add the same amount each time or subtract the same amount each time to get from one term to the next. So the a sub n minus 1, that is the symbol that represents the previous term, and then a sub n would be the next term. So if you notice the way this recursion formula is set up, they're telling me that I need to add the common difference to any term to get the next term. And so this box is always going to be D for an arithmetic sequence. And we can do that real quick for a few terms if you want to check and see. So remember, I already have the first term. So if I want the second term, that would be the first term plus the common difference. Negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. And then, of course, the third term would be the previous term. Here, remember, this is the previous term. So if I'm looking for the third term, the previous term would have been the second term. So that would be negative 5 plus 2, which is negative 3. And if I keep going until I get to the ninth term, I should get a 9. Remember, a sub 9 was 9. And we can see that this pattern is increasing, and we will eventually get to 9 using the recursion formula. All right, so that's enough talking. Let's go back and input our answer and see how we did. So again, for an arithmetic recursion formula, the plus value is always the value of D. And then the last thing they want is what is the formula for the nth term of the sequence? Now notice this is a sub n and so is this. But the difference is the previous result was a recursion formula, and now they want the general form or the general term of the sequence. So back to the scratch work. And to make this short and sweet, anytime you're looking for the general term of an arithmetic sequence not described as a recursive formula, you're simply going to come back here to our general form, replace a sub 1 and D, and simplify. All right, here we go. A sub n is a sub 1, which was negative 7, plus. Remember, for the general term, n stays n, times the common difference, and then to simplify using the distributive property. 2 times n is 2n. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Don't forget your minus 7. And then we need to CLT. Combine like terms, 2n minus 9, and we're done. So much fun. In our MyLab math, a sub n, 2n minus 9, and we're done. That's going to do it for this problem. So if you have any questions or comments about anything covered in this video, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me, and thanks for watching.